Another day means another video where Dynasty has to be the bearer of bad news for Mortal Kombat 1. Yo, what's up? It's your boy back at it again. Some more MK1, MK1 cringe on this Friday afternoon because hot off the wire, being a week removed from the announcement of the Definitive Edition, the official Mortal Kombat 1 account over on X Twitter pretty much came out and confirmed that, no other way to say this, but Mortal Kombat 1's dead. The game will still get a few patches, but no more DLC characters, no more story mode chapters, aka the Combat Pack 3 dream is over. So in today's video, doing a deep dive into the official statement that was made by NetherRealm's Studios via their official Mortal Kombat page. Before we break all this stuff down though, if you guys do your boy solid, it takes you a second, drop a like on the video. Without you, these MK videos don't happen, and wow. Some of y'all were still puffing on that hopium and copium, and I told you. I said the game is not getting more content. Don't hurt yourself. And you know what? If you still were thinking this game wasn't over, to you, you're going to somehow find a way to make it seem like this statement's going to be a swerve of some kind. The game's dead. Let's talk about it. So here you go. This dropped about 30 minutes ago. The official Mortal Kombat account over on X saying, "We are hearing players' requests for continued game support of Mortal Kombat 1, and while we will continue to support Mortal Kombat 1 through balance, adjustments, and fixes, there will not be additional DLC characters or story chapters released from this point on. We understand this will be disappointing for fans, but our team at NetherRealm needs to shift focus to the next project in order to make it as great as we possibly can." Now, at this point in time, I've not seen a statement drop from Boon, but safe to say that's probably dropping sometime soon. But there you go. There will not be additional DLC characters or story chapters released from this point on, because NetherRealm needs to shift focus to the next project in order to make it as great as we possibly can. Now again, I mean, the writing's been on the walls if this was going to happen. Late November, early December, when Fate Unknown, the leaker who has never been wrong, went to the Mortal Kombat Leaks subreddit and said, hey, Chaos Reign cells are abysmal. They canceled KP3. They canceled the story expansion. You were supposed to get Kano, Sonya Blade, Cassie Cage, Jade, Kung Jin, and a guest character. That was in the plans. That was in the cards. But obviously, because this game flopped, Chaos Reigns, no me gusta, for me and for you, the game died. They gave you what other DLC skins for like the movies ASAP just last week because they knew this announcement was imminent. Now, you guys do know, just a few days ago, MultiVersus Susie, who is one of the most trusted, incredible data miners and I guess you can say leakers for MultiVersus, WB's Super Smash Bro clone that is actually being hit offline at the end of this month, came out and confirmed, or I guess you could say teased, that Injustice 3 was on the horizon in a Twitter tease. Now, I can also come out and say, I heard from somebody that y'all are familiar with, it wasn't MultiVersus Susie, that indeed, Injustice 3 is probably what's gonna happen. Again, I can't share with you guys who told me this, but it's, again, another rumor I'm hearing from my sources. Do with that information as you will. So, it's just so intriguing and interesting because this was the first time that we got back-to-back Mortal Kombat games, and this is the first Mortal Kombat game to not outsell its predecessor. Every NetherRealm Studios Mortal Kombat game has always outsold the previous. MK1 did not outsell Mortal Kombat 11. I think they're at like 5 million sales. I think Mortal Kombat 11's at like 11 or 12 million sales. And if they are doing Injustice 3 next, Injustice 1 sold like 1 million copies. Injustice 2 sold a little under, I want to say like 2 million. Injustice 3, is it going to sell more than 2.5 million? 3 million? MK1 struggled to sell 5 million copies. I get it, this game was trash, but fuck. Injustice has never really been that popular. I know, crucify me for saying that, but it's just really intriguing to see how NetherRealm Studios ended up in this position where WB was so greedy for money to the point where they had them do a back-to-back Mortal Kombat game, and they gave us a half-cooked fucking $120 game at launch, whatever it was for the premium edition of the combat pack. It was like $130 or something. It was insane. I had to buy it twice because crossplay wasn't available at launch, so I had to buy it for the PS5 and the Xbox because they took forever to give you crossplay, like 2 or 3 months. So, it's just interesting because I don't see a world where Injustice 3 can somehow bring NetherRealm Studios from this pit. And I already know the suits and ties, the executives, Zaslav and all of them, I'm pretty sure, man, they're probably just fucking looking at NetherRealm Studios like, this next game is gonna make or break the studio. If this next game flops, your ass is grass. And I'm scared for the likes of like an Ed Boon. Because doesn't matter how good and improved Injustice 3 is, I just don't feel like that game's gonna sell as much as WB would want them to get the sales of. Like, I don't see how that makes any sense. And that's all they're gonna do, apparently. Apparently, it's not MKversus DC2. It's gonna be, like, probably the conclusion to the Injustice franchise. And even then, man, if they find a way to give us a really good story, it's still gonna be a multiverse story, which, again, I'm tired of, you're tired of. I mentioned in my last video that Mortal Kombat has been so oversaturated lately, and because of that, I want less Mortal Kombat in my life, especially when the quality keeps going lower and lower and lower with every installment. Maybe take a break, right? Focus on something else in NetherRealm, right? So you have Mortal Kombat already just oversaturating the market. Then you have us going back to a fucking superhero game when superhero fatigue's been a thing for like a decade at this point. Can you believe Injustice 2 came out almost 10 years ago, 2017? We're right there. We're on the cusp of that. It's been that long. As much as I would love to get an Injustice 3, I'm just more intrigued to see how this plays out in the long run because stats are stats. The data's there, and the data suggests that no matter what happens, Injustice 3 will not sell more than Mortal Kombat, which means WB is going to be mad at NetherRealm Studios. And if they're mad at NetherRealm Studios, there's probably going to be a bunch of cuts. And if there's a bunch of cuts, it's just going to get worse. The WB game situation is fucking... It's going to get worse than it is. I didn't think it could get any worse, but literally... Report is the next game's Injustice 3, and WB is desperate for money. So, I guess you could say the next game will probably be just like Mortal Kombat 1. You'll probably get Injustice 3 missing a bunch of those AI modes. You're probably going to have, this time, a mystery box system that isn't off of, like, gameplay grind, but probably off of, like, microtransaction grind, because, again, they need money. They were initially charging you $10 a skin for Mortal Kombat 1, who's to say with this being a superhero game, they're not going to do that for that. You know what I mean? Especially if they start bringing back things like premiere skins and things of that sort. Like, I could just see Injustice 3 being what feels like, again, a full-priced pay-to-win game with like a battle pass of some sort. Kind of like Mortal Kombat 1 felt like initially until they kind of got all that backlash about the $10 fatalities, the $10 skins, the lack of single-player fucking content. Can you believe this game doesn't have a crypt mode? We still don't have online lobbies. The way you unlock fucking new skins, palettes is by redundant invasions mode. Like, if you watch my last 2 videos, my Injustice 3 leaked video, my definitive edition announcement video, I pretty much give you my thoughts on this all, but it's only gonna get worse. For NetherRealm, for us as the consumer, like, it's only going to get worse. Please explain to me how they're going to learn from their mistakes when they couldn't even give us fucking online lobbies in Mortal Kombat 1. Explain to me! Is Ed Boon here at the helm saying, guys, we fucked up? I can't believe we didn't give you a 1v1 mode. I can't believe we didn't give you a lobby system and online matchmaking like you've had since the PlayStation 2 days. Deception had online rooms on the PlayStation 2, but we can't get that in a modern day fighting game. This game's been a shit show from the jump, and I guess the only, real silver lining to all of this is it's over. It's over. I don't have to sit here and wait for disappointment, at least on the Mortal Kombat side of things. Now I get to wait for disappointment on the Injustice side of things. And again, I'm not happy that this is the state of WB Games and their studios like NetherRealm. I'm just... Bro, it's been a long time coming. All of this has been a long time coming. All of it. From the day Mortal Kombat 1 came out, my antennae were raised, my tinfoil hat was on, and I knew some shit was not adding up. You had Ed Boon saying, longest supported game of all time in the history of NetherRealm games. It only lasted 19 months. You had Ed Boon pre-launch saying, like, we spent, more effort and time to build this game than previous games, yet this game came out worse than any other game. Again, it could be because they're using this new engine and things of that sort. I can understand that point, but when you're saying things of that sort and nothing comes to fruition, don't get me started on that missing character that we were supposed to get on the initial day one base roster. I could go on forever. Player one advantage glitched, Combat League servers not working for 2 months, like $10 seasonal fatalities, Ed Boon saying he'll never give you a blood color filter option because it's going to ruin the integrity of Mortal Kombat. Like, there's so many things that they've done that I've chastised them over since I've been covering the pre-launch of Mortal Kombat 1 up until post-launch. I'm just relieved to know that this era is over. It's just so sad because you guys do know, if you're a fan of the channel, when this game got announced, I was in fucking tears crying. I literally cried in my reaction video to the Mortal Kombat 1 announcement trailer, reveal trailer. They featured me on their official Mortal Kombat TikTok, crying my eyes out like a little bitch. I was crying because I was like, oh my god, I finally get to see what the Great Kung Lao is all about. I had so many hopes for this game when they were, pumping up this whole Liu Kang's new era. And actually, it's like, no, it's just a continuation of Mortal Kombat 11 because Shang Tsung, Garrus, Liu Kang, they're all aware of past events. Oh yeah, and you're gonna get a lot less content than the last game. Like, it's just so bittersweet because I thought this was gonna usher in a legit new era where we were gonna finally see, in media for the first time, the story of the Great Kung Lao. We were gonna get the Great Kung Lao, man. We were gonna go so far back in Mortal Kombat. It's gonna be just all the hype and lore of like the early days of Mortal Kombat. Nope, you don't get that. Instead, you get another bullshit multiverse story. And, dude, it's just bittersweet. All of this is bittersweet, but ultimately, we'll see what happens. But I just don't know how NetherRealm Studios, WB Games, figures this situation out because they've put themselves in between a rock and a hard place. Everyone has Mortal Kombat fatigue, and people are saying shit like, if you don't want another Mortal Kombat game, you're a fake fan. Bro, if this is the fucking standard for Mortal Kombat, why the fuck would I want more of this? You guys, some of y'all think I enjoy shitting on this game. I don't. I shit on this game because if I don't shit on this game, who will? I have this fucking platform. And that's one thing that's always kind of got to me, is people always being like, all you do is complain on YouTube about Mortal Kombat. Yes! Yes, I do! Because I'm a fucking fan! I've been a fan my whole fucking life! This is my favorite franchise in video games. Yes! I'm passionate. I'm gonna use my platform to try to make a difference, to try to speak up for the consumer, and I do know a lot of you guys agree with me. I took them to town, to task, on all the bullshit, and I hope it made a difference. I hope it helped you guys feel like there was someone speaking up for you, and best believe, when Injustice 3 gets announced and they start doing this bullshit all over again, I too will be taking them to town and to task, but I'll also probably not be as passionate because I just don't care about superheroes like I do Mortal Kombat. I don't. I just don't. So for me, it's bittersweet because I'm excited and intrigued with this idea of Injustice 3, but I just know it's not going to be what WB needs it to be, and because of that, I can already see it now. Full price game, ridiculous microtransactions, and it's going to be a shit show. And I'm going to have to deal with other content creators being like, Injustice 3 is the best game ever, oh my god! Like, that's what kind of worries me. That's the shit I'm not looking forward to. Other people giving them a pass like they gave this game a pass. Can you remember the people that were saying this game wasn't bad? And now all of a sudden, this game sucks, right? I've been saying this shit wasn't good from launch, bro. Now it's just goes without saying, MK1 sucks. So I'm just not looking forward to having to battle that again, but I'll do it for y'all. Because again, if I don't, who will? But it's over. It's all over. Mortal Kombat 1, probably going to get another patch or two. Some hot fixes if there's another game-breaking glitch discovered, but you're not getting a continuation of Chaos Reigns. No Onaga for you. No Combat Pack 3. And honestly, I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. I know some people were still holding out hope, but this should hopefully clarify that, yes, this game is dead. Don't buy this game because what it's in is what you're getting. The state of the game is the state of the game. This is it! So, there you go. History in the making. The first Mortal Kombat game to not outsell its predecessor officially was Mortal Kombat 1 MK1. Are you shocked? Because I know for me, I'm not shocked. And it's just unfortunate because, you know, in a world where, like, Tekken 8's getting a lot of bad press lately, in a world where, like, Street Fighter 6 is not as hot as it was when it first launched, and honestly, that game's it's pretty old now these days. Fighting games in general, man, like, the big three, I'm hoping they all turn a corner. I don't take pride in my baby, my favorite franchise, being here like this, but it kind of is what it is, man. I hope things get better. Ideally, you guys do know I wish they would give us a Mortal Kombat game next that wasn't a fighting game. I wish it was literally Mortal Kombat Deception Conquest Mode on crack. Give me an RPG, MK11 Crypt style, but on crack, on steroids. Give me that. Inject that into my veins. Like, that is all I want. Give me a fresh take on Mortal Kombat, especially when, again, the standard is this, bro. I don't want another Mortal Kombat. If that makes me a fake fan because I can't deal with seeing this game nickel and dime its fans and take advantage of us, I guess I'm a fake fan. I hate seeing Mortal Kombat in the state it's in. I really do. And Injustice 3, as much as I enjoyed the first two, and I'm probably going to enjoy the core of the third one because it's going to be legacy, the gameplay. Something NetherRealm should always do for all their games. I'm sure it's going to be fun to use Batman and maybe Atrocitus and things of that sort, but I just worry. I worry about the replayability. I worry about that. I worry about the content when it comes to, like, offline replayability more than anything. I hope it's not another half-baked game with a really shitty trilogy conclusion of a story mode with a bare-bones online experience, and that's it. I hope it actually has some content, some oomph, some fucking soul, because this new era of Mortal Kombat 1 is not the Mortal Kombat I'm used to. I don't even recognize Mortal Kombat anymore, and it's not just me. Look at Sector and Cyrax, baby! Things are a-changing, and I know I'm not the only one that wishes things would have just stayed the exact same. You could have gave us... Ooh, I just hit my hand on that. You could have gave us a 1v1 mode. You could have gave us online lobbies. You could have gave us a single-player mode that wasn't invasions, that actually was fun. In the files, all the test your luck, test your strike, test your might. There's a million things they could have grabbed from previous Mortal Kombat games. We don't even have a fucking crypt. The Warrior Shrine! What's the Warrior Shrine? Coming soon. Finally gets added via a patch, and all it is Combat League leaderboards. If you're not losing brain cells playing MK1 Combat League, there's nothing else to do. Oh, I guess you could play Invasions and get some palette options for the DLC characters of these repeat seasons. Like, this is the worst Mortal Kombat game in existence. I don't care if that offends you. This is my opinion. This game was worse than Mortal Kombat 11. Maybe not from a gameplay perspective, but in terms of, like, completeness, polished and finished product, yeah, this game was the shits. And I'm pretty sure Injustice 3 will probably be the shits. It's gonna be dropping soon. The next year and a half, 2 years. We'll see. With them confirming Mortal Kombat 1's not getting any more content, that simply means time is on. Clock is on. When is the Injustice reveal going to take place? This summer at Summer Game Fest? The end of the year at the Game Awards? Next summer at Summer Game Fest? If I was a betting man, I'd say the game probably gets announced at the end of the year and probably drops summer of 2026. It's kind of what I'm guessing. We always got new NetherRealm games every 2 years before the COVID, so I'm assuming they're probably going to try their best to get back to that. But man, with the quality of Mortal Kombat 1 being what it is, how the fuck do they somehow, in 2 years, make a game that's better than Mortal Kombat 1? If Mortal Kombat 1 really was, according to Boon, the most time they ever had when developing a game, and he developed a bunch of fucking shit. Sound the fucking alarm, guys. I don't want to be, again, the bearer of bad news, but be concerned. It's not gonna just miraculously get better because it's a whole new franchise. The sales are gonna be down, and WB wants money. Those are recipes for fucking disaster all across the board. So, again, you could put your head in the sand and tell me till you're blue in the face that I'm fear-mongering and I'm being a grifter and Injustice 3 is going to be great and Mortal Kombat 1 was an utter disappointment to diehard MK fans. Tell me whatever you want. I can just bring up the data and it can prove to me that, well, this game fucking sucked. Well, the announcement's official, I guess. I'm extremely disappointed with the lack of consideration and transparency from this company. Players deserve honest communication, not silence and vague responses. We support this game. Being ignored, unacceptable, do better. Injustice 3, please. Absolute garbage answer, do better. This game was amazing and you wasted it. I don't know what game he was playing. Just to release some steaming hot ass and make impossible promises and cut the game's life early. Just why release anything at this point? For money, bro. Because they don't give a fuck about the consumer. They just care about the dollar bills. That's why. Jesus, focus on fixing the game. I will take an entire season of DLC characters removed from the game to get a lobby. I'm not the only one that can't wrap their head around the fact that this game did not have online lobbies. Please do better next game. Let the failure of MK1 be a lesson. Not disappointed at all by the end of Mortal Kombat 1 as it ended for me long ago. Facts. Me too. Yeah, I won't believe that ever again. It's disappointing because there's no thorough quality of life, no online lobbies, and locked away skins. You truly gave us an unfinished $140 game, an extreme low for WB NetherRealm. What changed it over there? And it's only going to get worse. Again, I'm not just sitting here to fearmonger, guys. Like, it's only gonna get worse. It's not like Zaslav's gonna be lenient on the studio all of a sudden and be like, yeah, take your time, do what you want. Next Mortal Kombat project needs to be for the fans, not shareholders, forcing gimmicks over hyper-realistic gore and guest characters. Oh, and a decent story without another damn reboot. 100%, everything. Rocks Infinite just set there. Armageddon 2 and end this multiverse nonsense. Bring back stage fatalities. How long has it been since we got a mainline Mortal Kombat game without a stage fatality? It feels like a lifetime. Always been a day one customer, sad and disappointed that it ended so quickly. So yeah, the responses are coming in, and yeah, people are upset because they thought maybe, despite this game having some positive changes over the last 3 or 4 months, ultimately, man, it's still not worth what we paid. It's still not worth what a lot of us paid. Some of us paid $200 for this in total, and this is not a $200 game. This is the least I've ever played a Mortal Kombat game in my life. Straight up. Straight up. And I wish it wasn't like that, but when you're not having fun, why are you going to force yourself to play something? So, anyways, guys, that's all I got for y'all today. If you want to keep up with everything, Mortal Kombat, Injustice 3, all that stuff, you already know what to do. Subscribe. Drop a like on the video, and I guess, again, the silver lining to all of this is, let's just call it now. let's say Injustice 3 sells at most, fuck it, let's say it's the best Injustice game of all time. It sells 4 million copies. Is WB content with 4 million copies? Because it seems like they're not content with Mortal Kombat selling 5 for all the money and resources that were pumped into that. So, if Injustice 3 sells 4 million copies, is that a success or a failure? I'd assume, depending on who's asked, it could go either way. It would be selling more than Injustice 2, but it still would sell less than MK1. And if that's the case, who's to say that WB Games, after months and years of it being reported time and time again, doesn't just come out and say, you know what, we're cutting ties of a lot of our studios, including NetherRealm, maybe some of their licenses like Mortal Kombat. What if they sell the studio, the license, both to the highest bidder? I don't want to think like that because I don't like the thought of people losing their jobs and things of that sort, but at this point, what's it going to take to save Mortal Kombat? I'd say probably a new publisher. One that isn't all about this. One that listens to feedback and allows their team to breathe. The fact that NetherRealm can't even give a statement like this unless it's approved by WB beforehand, fuck all that, man. Fuck all that. I would hate to work at that studio right now because I already know the vibes have never been worse. This is the time that we've been waiting for. NetherRealm is on the hot seat. Their ass is on the line, guys. This next game is going to make or break the studio. I don't even know if Ed Boon's safe. They just scrapped Tobias's San Diego studio. Who's to say they don't throw in Boon's face? Yeah, maybe it's time we get Tobias in charge. I feel like the morale's really low. We understand that this will be disappointing for fans, but our team at NetherRealm needs to shift focus to make the next project as great as we possibly can. Is that going to be their excuse for Mortal Kombat 1? It was as great as it possibly could be. So great, you got no crypt mode. So great, you got no online lobbies. I don't know how I feel about these statements. It makes me feel like it's a shit show over there, guys. So we'll see what happens, obviously. I'll keep you guys in the loop. But there you go. There's my quick little rant. Go watch my last 2 videos about Injustice, Mortal Kombat to get more of my take on this. This game just had no soul. I miss when Mortal Kombat felt like Mortal Kombat. And MK1 is Mortal Kombat. It's just not my Mortal Kombat. And I hope the next one feels like what I grew accustomed to and loved. Because at this point, it's going to take a lot for not just me, but even you guys to trust this company. WB, do better. You fucked up. If you double down and go hard on the studio, you're going to fuck up again. Don't be super, super, super money hungry this time. Do not make Injustice 3 a game of mystery boxes behind pay to win. If you put gameplay items like the Staff of Grayson, if you bring that mystery box aspect into Injustice 3 behind paying $10, $15, $20 to get certain loot boxes, the game's dead on arrival. Will they listen? Probably not. But we'll see. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Again, my bad for ranting so much. Funny enough, it's actually my second attempt recording this. I recorded like a 25-minute rant and my microphone wasn't plugged in. So hopefully this one's just as good as the last one. We'll never know. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Dark times, if you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, the only thing I can say is it can't get any worse than where it's at. So we'll see what happens, guys. But I'm not too optimistic at all. But we'll see. I truly do think that we've never seen NetherRealm in this position before. And I don't know how they're going to pull off appeasing the consumers and the shareholders. Seems impossible, but we'll see. I love y'all. Have a great weekend. Peace.
Yeah. Stepping on it crack, but I'm not superstitious. Count all these racks, I'll be steady, count on my digits.